Prime Minister Modi, who was featured on the cover of Newsweek. Now, in that article, well, the Prime Minister has also spoken about the relationship that India has with China, and that needs to be resolved, especially at the border, urgently so, in order to address the prolonged situation on our borders. He's expressed hope that the two countries will be able to restore and sustain peace and tranquility at their borders through positive and constructive bilateral engagement at the diplomatic as well as the military level. So this is Prime Minister Modi there talking about that China issue. We have my colleague Vasa joining us. Vasa, the first Prime Minister after Indira Gandhi to feature on the cover of Newsweek. But more importantly, he has addressed the China issue, talking about how the relationship with China is very important to India.
Absolutely, Divya. That is the most important point in this whole interview. He has actually touched upon various important topics critical to India, especially when the elections are coming up. Remember, the opposition has been criticizing the government on its stand on China, but the Prime Minister has made it very clear in the Newsweek interview that he's very insistent that peaceful and constructive dialogue resumes between the two countries. He has very clearly said that the relationship with China matters a lot for India, and the relationship between both countries is important, not only for the countries, but also for this region and for the world, for the peace of the world. And he has said that this is something that both countries need to address, this prolonged situation in the border. And the word that he has used is the abnormality in the bilateral ties that has cropped up. And he has said that, there needs to be a dialogue, and this is something that needs to be urgently addressed. Now, this is important because, all opposition leaders, including Rahul Gandhi, have been trying to put the government in a talk saying that, it has not been able to improve a relationship with China. Especially, there have been reports of China, renaming some villages in Arunachal Pradesh. We've had a standoff of sorts since the Galwan episode. So apart from China, he's also addressed the neighborhood situation. He's talked about Pakistan. He has said that, he did congratulate Mr. Shahbaz Sharif when he took over as the Prime Minister of Pakistan. He said that, India has always, hoped and wanted and worked for peace, prosperity and safety and security in its neighborhood, and especially wants a neighborhood which is free of terror. So that is something that he said. He did not comment on Imran Khan's incarceration. He said that that's an internal matter of the country. He doesn't want to comment on domestic politics of a foreign country. He also talked about the Ram Temple, saying that it is integral to the faith of millions of Indians, and it is part of India's national consciousness. He also said that abrogation of Article 370 has led to a lot of positive well-being in Jammu Kashmir, and people are looking forward to development. In fact, he also talked about his recent visit to Jammu and Kashmir as part of campaigns for Lok Sabha, and so these are some important points that he's made. And clearly he has also said that India is a mother of democracy. There is a vibrant feedback mechanism here. There are several media organizations working here. So India is not democratic because of any government. It has been the mother of democracy, and democracy has been prevalent in its ethos for many, many years. So that is something that he said. And he's said that he's also he's committed to building infrastructure and fighting climate change, something that he also reiterated during the G20 presidency, and also talked about his government's work in renewable energy, and also in terms of building capacities for manufacturing.
Right. Of course, many topics that were, discussed upon during that interview. Thank you so much, Vasla, for covering that and highlighting all the issues, including the issue of Pakistan, China, not talking about Imran Khan, and of course, talking about the newly constructed Ram Mandir.